Well. 10 American cruisers. Research time, boys. Research time. 10 American cruisers. And the USS Hybrid. Oh, no, this is the weird-ass Iowa with the Des Moines guns. The Colossus, this. I think we've looked at the armor. Yeah, this thing is old. This we've seen the armor on this, right? We've seen this for sure. We've seen this. I mean, we've seen the armor. These things we ever looked at. I remember we looked at them. There were 32s with, I think, was it the tier 9 that had no citadel? No, it's a tier 8 that has no citadel. Holy shit. This is what I talked about earlier when I said a lot of new ships are being added to the game that you literally can't citadel. Like, a lot of the ships are just impossible to citadel. Even getting plunging in on this is going to be a goddamn challenge because it's so low in the water. Yeah, but this is submarine levels of citadel on this thing. Obviously, you want to be farming the superstructure, but still, it's pretty damn good. I think Delaware was Delaware the one that one of them had actually a citadel. It was kind of weird. Oh yeah, no, Delaware has spaced armor, like a huge black hole spaced armor. Holy shit, that's a lot of spaced armor. Is this even a citadel? No, it's not. Wait. No, I hate so many of these new designs because they're made to be as potato proof as possible. Jesus Christ. So it's spaced and then the citadel is how much underwater? Good lord. Yeah, it's pretty submerged. I assume other carriers though will be able to citadel this thing pretty easily. But man, this thing can full gamer turn in front of you and you're basically guaranteed to not get a single citadel on him. The citadel is like a mile underwater, yeah. It's absurdly underwater. I think Louisiana had a... Was Louisiana the one that for some reason didn't got a citadel? Maybe I misremember. Oh no, Louisiana... It's it's higher. It's waterline. It's a waterline citadel. You can hit it at range, but you're not gonna hit it at close range. Yeah, you can see the water go right there. Wait, I'm kind of blocking. There you go. You can see the water line goes right there. You can citadel them when they turn, basically, this thing, and at range. Close range, you're not going to get anything done there. Close range, no way. 32, 38. It gets such a large 38 deck, though. Everything is 38, actually. Holy shit. So you have to hit this. Dude, a lot of cruisers is going to be shattering on this. A lot of cruisers is going to be shattering. Like, at range, if you're HE farming and you're like, this thing is kiting away, if you hit anywhere here, you're going to shatter. You have to hit these green parts. Anywhere else in your HE is going to shatter. Huh. Jesus. Interesting. Still, and for some reason, daily reminder, this thing handles better than the Montana. 18.6 rudder, Montana has 22.2. Don't ask me how that works. Don't ask me how the modified carrier handles better. I don't fucking know. And I don't know. Don't ask me. I do not know. Do we have anything else interesting before we start looking at those? No. Okay, let's start exploring. Okay. We can quick look at these, the tier 1s, because I feel bad for having to model these things, because no one plays low tier anymore. Wargaming has made sure. Just skip it. Why are they even implementing multiple hybrid BBs at once? What do you mean? What could go wrong if you add a bunch of planes to an artillery game? I see no downsides at all. Okay, we don't really even care about the armor, honestly. We're just gonna jump. No one even plays those. Anyway, so, like, we jump to tier 4. Let's see what it's like. Oof, wait, whoa, icebreaker. That's a massive icebreaker. Okay. Huh. Wait, this is exposed citadel. Oh shit. This is exposed citadel deck. Holy shit. Okay. Just so you know, 8 cruisers firing H are gonna citadel this thing. Even carriers dropping HE bombs are gonna citadel this thing. You can HE sit this thing easily, yeah. Easily. Oof. Oh boy, that's a big citadel. Oh boy, that's a big citadel. Exposed citadel and literally gigantic. And it's a stepped citadel as well. Stepped citadels are the worst because you can get pins that go through here and then the step catches it. If there's no step, given just a box like this, it's usually better because then it might bounce off the citadel. But this is like the worst of both worlds because you can get a double overmatched citadel here and there's nothing you can do to prevent it. Like just... Yeah, this is just... Yeah, the stern is fucked. Oh no, the stern is fucked. Oh shit, the stern is fucked. Yeah, okay, this thing is gonna... This thing is gonna... Not cool, not cool, not cool. Holy. Not cool. Thank you, Haku. Oh, sorry, not. Thank you, the Zipfel. Happy New Year, my dude. Let's see. La Argentina. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, that's a big or matchable nose. Yeah, this is exposed 69mm citadel. Oh, it's a stepped citadel again, boys. It's a stepped citadel. Help step citadel, what are you doing? Okay, it's kind of in the back, which might throw people off, but oh my god, why is it so boxy? Why is it so boxy? Like, hello, I heard shells might miss, so here's a bunch of fucking boxes and things to help you catch the citadel. Holy fuck. Yeah, okay, these are looking pretty brutal in terms of survivability. These are looking kind of brutal, because this is all over matchable, and this is all over matchable, and then there's a stepped citadel behind it to catch everything. Yikes. Alte Cochrane. Okay, I have no idea how to pronounce Alte Cochrane. Whoa. Holy schnoz. Hello, hello. Today I'm gonna be schnozzing you the new ship. Icebreaker again, interesting. Oh, spaced armor, or at least a layered armor this time. 25 deck, 20. This is unmatchable, but Icebreaker 30 is pretty good. 30 is actually pretty good at this tier. Only 380s can't even overmatch you. You need 406s. So only if you get up tiered into, or you run into a Sinop. Basically, Sinop Nelson and such, the big guns. Only they can touch you. Are these light? These are very light. Light cruisers for sure. Oh, there is a space. That is good. There is spaced citadel. This thing might be a fair bit tankier. No stepped citadel this time either, I think. No stepped citadel. Oh, and yeah, this citadel looks like it can actually start bouncing things. The armor looks like it can actually, you can do something with it. So you can bounce with this, and if you get pinned through here, you get a chance to bounce on this as well. It is a big fucking citadel, though. Let's be fair, it's a big dump box. It's literally like a coffin. It's like, it's a coffin. That's what it is. 406 doesn't overmatch 30. Oh shit, I'm dented. I was thinking of 27. You need 430, or 428 to be exact, to overmatch 30. There's nothing that can overmatch you, is there? They've added a bunch of dented ships, but nothing that can overmatch you. There's nothing that goes with 430 at tier 8 yet. You need tier 9. You need tier 9 to get to that. My bad, I'm fucking dented. To be fair, I'm still recovering from the New Year's, so... Good excuse. Yeah, no, 406 overmatches 27, and 428 overmatches 30. AKA Republic and such. So yeah, no, you can't be overmatched by anything at the tier. I think you can, if you angle in this thing, you should be quite resilient. Obviously, you're gonna get this shit blown up, but besides that. What tier 9 can overmatch the 30? Musashi can, Georgia can, the upcoming Abomination, the Sovietsky Soyuz with the big guns can, Sun Yat-sen, yeah, that's the one. Okay. Colonel Bolognesi. The pasta of all pastas. I think it's a pretty brave call to copy pasta an entire line and then literally call them like spaghetti and bolognese. I think that's a pretty brave call. I wonder if it's intentional. Let's see. Whoa, okay. Hello? What happened to the cool icebreaker we had at... What happened to the cool icebreaker we had just earlier? Rest in pepperonis. What is this? Here to arm the shell? Make it sure that it won't overpan anything? Straight through the ass. Pound class pasta? It looks like it. It looks like a straight up feed. Or Mysore. Yeah, Mysore. Okay, this looks like a, oh my god, that's a lot of citadel. Ooh-wee. That's a big dumb box. Is it exposed? Yeah, it's exposed citadel. It's exposed citadel. Oh boy. Was there a sliver of yellow at the bow of the ship? Oh yeah, underneath the keel. The keel is sturdier. Yeah, this thing, these things are gonna get blown off the charts, but this thing I think they gave it a heel, didn't they? They gave it a heel. So that's to compensate for it being squishy as shit. Ignacio Allende. Oh god, here we go. Now we start with the wonky turrets. Now we start with the wonky turrets, boys. This ship looks pretty okay, though. Mostly because it's a layer of pastas on top of each other, but it looks pretty good. The wonky Wooster 2 turret setup. Or 2-gun turret. Wooster copies, yep. Oops, wrong button. Oh yes, shit. This thing gets super heal already. Super heal, 3 km hydro, 9 km radar, spotter plane. Oh yeah, and it had the gimmick as well. Holy shit. Consumable preparation and reload time, minus 80%. Wait, what? Action time 30. Fire a salvo from all your main battery guns at an enemy ship. Repeat this action until you can activate the combat instructions. Required hits per salvo, 1. Progress per action, 2. So what, you need 50 hits to get activate this. So you need 50 hits. I think 50 hits. Required hits per salvo. I hope it doesn't mean 50 salvos. That would be dented. It must be 50 hits. So you need 50 hits to get 100% progress. And if you're inactive, you will start to lose it. So you need 50 hits in a row. 50 hits in a row to proc it. And time of inactivity before progress loss, 6 seconds. Interval between progress losses, 1 second. Progress loss per interval, 25%? What? So if someone carrier drops you and you start evading and you don't shoot for like 24 seconds, you lose everything. Shit, if you don't shoot for 18 seconds, that's 75% gone. And you have 8 shells. You have 8 shells with a 6-second reload. Damn, that's gonna take you a fair bit of work to get this thing up and loaded. All the magic mana seeps out of the ship somewhere? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you gotta charge your mana pool, man. You gotta charge it. You gotta charge it. The dangerous territory drains your mana constantly, so you have to charge it. Surely 2023 will lead to some good changes in last. Oh fuck. Wait, so you got what? You got 8 shells. You got, okay, we divide 50 by 8. 6.25 times 6. On average 37 seconds. On average you need 37.5 seconds to charge up your ult. And that is provided you land all hits per volley, which is not gonna happen. Obviously not gonna happen. So let's say more like maybe 50 or a minute. Depends on who you're shooting. So you need like a minute of landing, of non-stop shooting. If you take any breaks, if you take even a 6-second break between shooting, you'll lose 25% instant. So you have to be non-stop. You have to be non-stop shooting Non-stop shooting for about a minute without any interruptions and anyone bothering you, and you have to be hitting consistently, and then you will be able to build up your minus 80% preparation and reload time. But it's only active for 30 seconds. But I assume... Wait, what does that mean? If it runs out, will my cooldown on my consumables reset, or what happens? I don't understand. Like, it takes away 80% instant? Why does it last 30 seconds then? Is it temporary 80%? Is it temporary 80% that can be removed later? It's so confusing. Is it like reload booster? It's 80% during the duration it's active? Maybe. So my heal normally has a 180 second cooldown. 180 second cooldown. So what? It's going to be 36 second cooldown if I activate this. If we take 80% away. Yeah, it's going to be 36 second cooldown when the gimmick is active. Okay, so this is all of them. 36 second cooldown, 36 second cooldown. Oh god, this is going to be a bit worse, but still. So, but you need a minute to build it up first. You need a minute to build it up first. So it's probably going to end up being pretty bad anyway. Because first you have to build it up for a minute to get the buff. What a fucking weird ass concept. And it seems like so much effort to like... Like, yeah, you're gonna... So to put it in simple terms, you have to roll your dice, and you have to consecutively roll a high score with your dice for about 40 seconds, maybe 50 seconds, and then when you've rolled high enough dice scores, you will build up your mana pool and you will charge up your ultimate spell. And this ultimate spell will lower the cooldown of your other magical spells. Welcome to World of Warships in 2023. But if you stop rolling your dice, and if someone interrupts your dice roll, then you will lose mana very, very quickly. So be careful, be careful. We have gone full RPG, boys. We have gone full World of Warcraft here. They removed the S from the end of WoWs. We're fucking Azeroth now. We're fucking Azeroth now, boys. Let's go. Historical accuracy, by the way. People will focus so much on farming, they will be destroyed left, right, and center. Yeah, I mean, look at this thing. You're gonna have to be farming with this thing. Okay, let's actually look at this thing. What kind of armor? Oh, yeah. You had a big... like, how long will the average player survive non-stop shooting in this thing? I'm just saying, man. I'm just fucking saying. How long will the average player survive non-stop shooting in this thing? Holy shit. Gacha games have simpler mechanisms than this. Is this their attempt to add complexity to the game after they've dumbed it down so much? Okay, you charge up the magical spell here, and then you activate the magical spell, and then you get to use this spell. Elbing will be happy. Elbing will truly be happy. Okay, let's see. Santander. Santa is here. Mom, is Santa coming? Yep. Mom, I hate Santa. Okay, let's see. Equipment. Is it the same requirements? Yep, okay, same fucking concept, same gimmick. Same gimmick. 25 second 9. Okay, same fucking gimmick. You have to charge it up. 44k health on this thing. Fair enough. 15.2k range. You got spotter plane. Jesus. Especially at the start. Like, dude, you're gonna have to full charge at the enemy at the start to hope you get to build up your fucking magical spell. Because if you don't get to build up your magical spell, like, if a carrier finds you, they're just gonna torture you. Because you literally start with a fucking 3-minute cooldown on this thing. I'm pretty sure a good carrier can kill this in 3 minutes easy. Shit, you land a good volley on this guy while carrier is torturing, and rip. Rest in pepperonis. How fast is it? 33 knots. Okay, cool. 33 knots. Interesting. 7. Oh wait, this thing has 7-second reload, but it probably has more guns, right? Yeah. Okay. This thing has more guns. 9 guns instead of 8. But the reload is 1 second worse. I'm not sure that's actually a net increase. It's still gonna be a fucking pain. Maybe it has better armor. Okay. Okay. Yo. Okay, so 25 gets overmatched by 38. Basically, everyone at this tier has 38mm minimum. 380mm guns. Oh, 27. Yeah, that's also pretty easily overmatched at this point. Exposed Citadel, 102. It is lower in the water. Interesting. Interesting. Why did they get one more heal than everything else with a super heal? Guess it's a new ship, I guess. It's a new ship, so it's special treatment. I don't know. Why does the carrier conversion of the Montana handle better than the original Montana? Oh, fuck. Don't ask me, man. It's board gaming. Interesting. What's the third term? Huh. We'll see what kind of firing angles this thing has. Every man and his dog is going to love shooting at this, right? I mean, they're literally adding a light cruiser to the game. They're adding a light cruiser with a magical spell gimmick after they done their utmost to make sure no one plays light cruisers anymore. Like, every ship they've added has been exceptionally good against light cruisers. Like, even fucking Malta. Malta is like a carrier that hard shits on any light cruiser in the game. And now they're like, hey, let's add this light cruiser line with this spell gimmick into the game. What could go wrong, man? What could go wrong? I foresee no issues whatsoever. San Martin. A large, well-protected light cruiser project based on the experience of the Pacific War and armed with powerful AA defenses and dual-purpose main guns. Ooh, it's gotta have really good values. Well protected. Let's see it. Thank you. The Sipfel, thank you for the 71 months. And Timotheus, thank you for gifting us something. I'm not new in WoWs. Oh, wait, this thing gets minus 85. Note that the other ones had minus 80. This thing gets minus 85. So it's a slightly better gimmick. The requirements are the same, though. But I assume it has so many more guns that it's going to be much easier to proc this shit. Dual purpose, but they made them AP only, didn't they? Yeah, they made them AP only. How can dual purpose shoot only AP? They took away the HE on the ships. I forgot. Yeah, we need to actually, now that we're looking at the slime, we kind of need to look at the latest devlog where they added the magic spell thing. But they also did, like, they did this thing to these things. They did, basically they have no idea what they're doing. They removed HE shells, AP only with improved pen angles, the combat instruction consumable thing, and huge cooldown and everything. Okay, they got defensive. They added 9km radar. Super heal. Oh, it restores 80% of the damage in any part. So super heal is stronger. And short hydro. They got short hydro instead of normal hydro. Increased armor penetration close range and reduced shell's flight time at long range. Okay, changes will not have a significant impact on the ship's gameplay. Okay. I forgot it's AP only. So it's like a minute. You can angle against it and it won't do much. It's actually pretty brutal that it's AP only, because you gotta remember, one of the main selling points of this line was that they added these torpedoes. These 17.5 km torpedoes. And the whole point that made it like good was, or interesting was, you land torpedoes, you get a flood, you start fires, like you put massive pressure on the DCP and you get damage that way. Now though, flood, he DCPs and then you throw AP at his angled ship. It's faster shells won't change gameplay. Yeah, I know, it's a wargaming thing. I remember when they added the DDs bobbing in the water, and they said it won't change gameplay. And right after, when you try to fucking hit DDs bobbing in the water, it was like almost impossible. Like, okay, bro. What do you have? 49.8k health. Okay. 6-second reload on main guns. 15.5 base range. Yikes. You do get spotter plane, 34 knots. Okay, let's see. It's the tier 10. So surely if they want to sell this tier 10, they're gonna have to give it bullshit Citadel, right? No, exposed 127. It's DM armor on the Citadel. Interesting. He gets 30mm deck, but 25 and 25. Huge overmatchable 25. Interesting. We don't even know the pen on that guy. True, it might be like... reckon it's been... No, it hasn't been data mined yet. Hasn't been data mined yet. That would have been interesting. Hasn't been data mined yet. That would have been interesting to know, but I don't think they know it yet. You play her like a Nevsky. Yeah, in theory. The problem is, of course, one of Nevsky's major reasons Nevsky does well is you park on a flank with a lot of nodes and ships, and then you HE farm them. San Martin playing it like a Nevsky with no fires. What is that? What was that clip? No effect on gameplay? Oh yeah. No effect on gameplay, by the way. Absolutely zero effect on gameplay, boys. It won't change the game, the way the game plays at all when they added this. Truly. And I think the problem is the model moves, but I think the hitbox stays the same, or I'm not even sure how it moves. But add this shit with desync, and it's like, it's a wild fucking ride trying to hit this, destroy it. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's a big fucking Citadel. It's above the waterline clearly. Overmatchable stern and nose and fucking huge Citadel. Like fucking huge Citadel. This thing can be sit from front, from back. Malta is gonna cream itself watching this thing. What the fuck does this thing do when Malta shows up? Malta's gonna one-shot this fucking thing. Dude, even like the AP rockets on carriers are gonna shit on this thing. It can't sit it? Really? Why not? Why can't it sit it? It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of armor. There's 30. And then 89. Only 80-ish millimeters of effective pen. It doesn't get through this part. Is this create a problem, sell a solution? 89 is actually a really thick deck armor. He has more than that? What is the pen on Malta? Malta AP bomb pen. I think it has a lot more than this. Penetration 100 to 110 millimeters apparently. That's still not gonna be enough. This is about 120. It's about 120. It's not gonna be able to pen this thing then. It's actually not gonna be able to pen this thing. Now I'm curious. What about the other cruisers, like shit like Worcester? Because I know Smolensk get hilariously easily citadel by Malta, because it's got what 16 plus 50. Did they just create a ship intentionally able to not... Wait, this is Worcester. This is the hull that it's based on. What's Worcester? 89. So can Worcester be sit by it? It will still do a shit ton of damage, of course. It's gonna deal massive AP pendant, but it's not gonna citadel. It's not gonna citadel. Interesting. That doesn't mean though that everything else isn't gonna citadel this thing. Like, this thing seems hilariously easy to sit by everything else. I mean, Elbing is gonna love the fighting this thing. Dude, Elbing! You reverse towards this thing, it only shoots AP. It only shoots AP. It can't HE spam your Elbing. think Worcester Citadel is more centered, though. Is it? Wait, let's see. This is from the front of the guns all the way to the back of the guns. In front of the guns all the way to the back of the guns. Oh, see, yeah, look. This Citadel goes to the front guns here. It's shorter. And back here, holy shit, all this entire thing is gone. I think Worcester might be very slightly higher above the waterline, but in terms of length, Worcester doesn't get sit through the booty that easily. Because it's a long fucking way of shell travel. Whereas I think that thing is gonna get sit through the booty. I think that thing is gonna get sit through the booty. I don't know. The line seems extremely weird. It's an open water Nevsky that only has AP and a super heal that heals more pen damage than a normal super heal, but it relies on a magical spell to activate it. It also has torpedoes. I think it had quite a lot of them, didn't it? Yeah, it has open five set on both sides of this 10.5 km torps, and it's got radar. It's just very and spotter plane. Radar and spotter plane. Normally you don't get both. It's just a really strange ship. ASW, 8 km range. Okay, it's got... Interesting that it gets plane-based ASW as a light cruiser. Because Worcester has... If Worcester gets the same. But why does Minotaur not get it, but Brisbane does? There's so little consistency in that. I don't understand it. Smolensk has ship-based. And Minotaur has ship-based. I don't understand, like... There seems to be no consistency in who gets what. This one has ship-based, and then, like, Goliath, which is a heavy cruiser... Yeah, that's also A. Like... I think Colbert was... Colbert also gets plane-based. I don't understand. But then Hindenburg is ship-based. What the fuck? Well, Petra was plane-based. There's no fucking consistency. And then I think Venezia was ship-based for some reason, which makes no sense because Venezia doesn't have hydro. Venezia doesn't have hydro even. And this thing is ship-based. But then like Gutenlu is fucking ship-based. Well, it doesn't even have it right now, but they're adding ship-based instead of plane-based. Like... How is that not hilariously confusing for a new player who has no fucking idea about this when like, oh, this light cruiser gets it, this one doesn't, this heavy cruiser gets it, this one doesn't. There's no fucking consistency. And then even between battleships, for some reason Ohio has like what, 6 km ASW range, but then Montana has 10 km. And they're like both American tier 10 battleships. What? I don't... It's so strange to me. The mind of wargaming is unreachable. Does it have normal DCP? Yeah, DCP wasn't affected. DCP was standard. DCP is standard. They're not... Luckily, they're not dumb enough to tie that to the magic spell. Luckily. That would be brutal. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? The Belfast has the airstrike, and the Belfast 43 has the ship-based CSW. What? Yamato has 10 km, Musashi has like 4 or 6 km, both being Yamato class BB. There's no consistency. There's no fucking consistency, man. Okay, let's say Illinois. Let's say description. A re-equipped Iowa-class battleship with more powerful AA guns and 203 main battery artillery housed in quadruple gun turrets. This thing looks hilarious. This thing looks... Okay, I'm just gonna show it to you because it looks so fucking stupid. This thing looks so dumb. It's 12 DM guns, but you have battleship dispersion on them. So, it's like all over the place. I think it's gonna be hilarious, but also exceptionally dented. Like, equipment. What's our reload on these guns? Yeah, 10-second reload on 12 of these guns. But it's standard DM angles, arcs, and everything. So, are you gonna have a battleship partner on an island lobbing HE at you now? Like, I don't understand. 81k health on it. It has more health than the Iowa. Interesting. 18.5 km range. 32.5 knots. Standard deal, DCP. 10 km ASW. Okay, once again, consistency, where? Yeah, standard DM shells. Standard DM shells. Annapolis has the same number of guns with 5-second reload, so it's just shit. Dude, since when do we compare ships to fucking broken super ships? Why are you comparing a tier 9 ship to one of the most overpowered super ships in the game? What? Well, that's like saying, oh, this ship isn't that tanky. Petro has more armor. This ship doesn't do that much damage. Nakimov does more. How is that a fucking fair comparison? What? Okay, what do we have as armor? 32, 38, 38. Okay, that's really good armor. 203. Okay, so these turrets are squished though. Turrets are pretty squish. It's DM squish. The barbette. Okay, this is pretty hilarious. They gave it the eye of a barbette. They gave it the eye of a fucking barbette, but then they copy pasted the DM turret on top of the eye of a barbette. So the barbette armor is 439, and the turret itself is 203. The barbette weighs more than the entire turret. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? This is such a ham-fisted copy-pasta combination. What was the turret verse, actually? That's a good question. Let's see. 30-second traverse. Okay, interesting. Turrets look so disproportionately small. Right. Okay, let's see. What do we have behind this? Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Let's strip away the armor. Whoa! Where's your seat? No! No, Wargaming, you didn't just do this. You fucking... I just talked about how every fucking new ship has been made as potato-proof as possible. They literally made it uncitadelable. They literally made it impossible. This thing even turning, you can't citadel this thing. This thing is immune. This thing is fucking immune. You cannot citadel this thing. It's a fucking submarine, man. What the fuck? And even then, like, 307. Look at this. Look at the angle of this plate. And then look at this. Look at the gap. It's spaced armor underwater citadel. They have made this thing so potato-proof as possible. They made it as... like, you can be as dumb as you want in the ship and you will not get citadel. Nothing can citadel this thing. Trust. Nothing can citadel. Like, this is going to arm the majority with black hole armor. This is going to arm it because you got this hugely angled... Look at this. This is like Kremlin's angle on the plate. It's like... This is going to be giga-tanky because of this. Huge space... And then the citadel is fucking down here, underwater. Dude, in 2023, wonder if we'll get a single fucking battleship that has a citadel. I wonder if we will. I'm not sure. Doesn't fucking look like it. What the fuck is this thing? Holy shit. Okay, so this thing is never gonna get citadel. Never gonna get citadel. I don't understand. They said it's an eye of a hull. Okay, I just want to highlight. They said this fucking thing is an eye of a hull. Okay? Look at this citadel. Look at it. Eye of a hull, by the way. Eye of a hull. Eye of a hull. Do we have... Where's Iowa? Iowa hull, by the way. Iowa hull, by the way. Why is this Iowa hull? You can see it's peeking up above the waterline. And it's much closer to the side than that thing is. Oh, but actually it's closer because they cut off here. They cut off here and they added it here. That's why it looks so much further away. Because they fucking lowered the entire thing. They cut it off somewhere here. That's why it looks like it's further away, because they just sliced off the fucking top of it. They sliced off the top of the citadel. No fucking way, man. I mean, you can see where the waves are. You can see it's peeking out above the waves. Wait, let me move my head out of the way. There you go. You see that? The waves are... It's peeking out right above the waves. You look at this. You look at this. And then we look at... Illinois. Remember how it peaked up above the waterline? You can see the waterline up here. You can see this is where the waterline is. This is where the fucking citadel starts. Waterline is up here. They literally sliced off the entire top of the citadel. Good luck ever reaching this thing. They just look like, you can see when you look from range, you can see how there's this empty gap where water is, and where underneath that the citadel starts. The citadel just sank. What's the problem? Oh my god. Really? So, how much fun is it gonna be to fight that thing as another battleship? It's gonna be sitting there throwing HE at you. Full broads, like some full-blown fucking potato, is gonna park full broadside in front of you and start slinging HE at you with a 10-second reload. And you're gonna shoot his citadel and get like maybe pens or overpens. And he's gonna be completely immune to citadels, and he's just gonna sit there spamming HE at you. That's gonna be infuriating. I swear the ship looks lower in the water than the Iowa. Wonder if did they just sink the entire ship lower? That's also a possibility. You reckon? That's even worse, because then it's overall just a smaller profile. Could they have done that? That would be an even worse choice. Oh shit. I think you might, maybe? Someone needs to do it. Kinda looks like there's more freeboard here. Right? I think they sank the entire ship lower. Like that's it. You're right. I think you're right. Wow, that's like extra. Let's take off the camera. I can kind of see the water lapping here. You reckon? I don't know. Maybe? I'm not convinced. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I'm not sure. Maybe it's slightly lower. I'm not sure. It might just be misleading. We can look at it from the armor view. Okay, we can see where the waterline is. There's a small gap here. Okay, let's one nice look. Okay. Oh, it is. Oh, you can tell with the armor now. The entire ship is lower. You can tell with the armor. The yellow was much closer to the waterline. You can tell. It's clear. It's actually lower. They lowered the entire ship. They lowered the entire ship. You can tell now with the armor viewer visible. They lowered the entire fucking ship. Holy shit. Nice catch there, whoever it was in chat. I didn't notice that at all. You're right. They lowered the entire fucking ship as well. Holy shit. Nice fucking meme, man. Mori Gaming saw how successful the submarines were, so they're sinking all the new ships now. Thank you, Mori Gaming. Exactly what we wanted. Is it going to affect that much? A smaller target, especially at range, where you're hoping to hit this broadside, a lower target is much tankier. It means every part of the ship that you want to hit, which is this in particular, is going to be lower. Because this is where you get your pen damage. This is where on the highway you get your citadel. It's not going to happen here. But if your battleship shells land on the superstructure, you're getting overpens from the broadside. Jesus. Jesus. Okay, well. Nice catch. Nice catch. That thing is clearly sunk. Sunk lower into the water. Okay, let's see. Armor. Oh! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Is it... Wait. Is this a battleship I can pen? Where's the citadel, though? Where's the citadel? Okay, interesting. What the fuck? Okay, it's a... Okay, this need to remember this. What the fuck? It's a big box behind... Well, it's always shoot under the smokestack. That's usually good. So this is smokestack under here and at the back. This thing is gonna get overpenned so much, though. Look at the armor on the sit, though. 90! 90! I wonder if you're gonna... What is there to arm it? 21? 21 and 9... What? Yo, there's no fucking armor. It's gonna go straight through the entire ship. This is the best armor in the game, because this is full immunity. They're gonna probably buff the deck armor, though, because Wargaming hates the idea of a carrier being shot at. Can a shell overmatch two separate armors? Oh, absolutely. It's just gonna fucking go through it like a knife through butter. Jesus. There's nothing here to arm your shell. There's nothing here to arm your AP here. HE sits? No, because it's a protected citadel. You can know, like, HE explodes on the first plate of armor it hits, regardless of the thickness of the armor. And that's the problem here, because they made it a layer. You see this? The citadel is hidden behind. There's a layer of armor here. There's a layer of armor here, and this is the citadel. So the HE is going to hit here and blow up. It's going to do HE pen, but it's not going to citadel. On the other hand, if you're shooting AP, there's nothing here, no armor thick enough to arm it, so it's just going to punch straight through the entire ship. Like, AP generally needs about 70 millimeters of armor to arm, and we have like 19. We got like 19 plus about 19, so we're talking about 40 armor here. We're talking about 40 millimeters of armor, so it hasn't armed here. With luck, it might arm as it punches through here, but then it's too late. You're never gonna sit this thing. DDs will. Cruisers will probably, especially short fuse. But battleships are just gonna go straight through the thing. At long range, BBs can do actual damage. I mean, the idea is if it's like this, you can overmatch, and the shell will arm going through the ship. And then you can probably get some damage in. Probably with pens and stuff. I wonder if they're just going to buff this, because Wargaming generally hates the idea of a vulnerable class actually being vulnerable. They hate that idea. So. HE citadel possible? No, I just went over it. You cannot HE sit that thing. Impossible. DDs will probably struggle to fuse to citadel as well, because of what Albert said there. The layered armor is going to arm the shell before it reaches the citadel. Because it's a big fucking gap, and DD AP arms very quickly. I think that thing might be quite brutal to citadel. Elbing AP probably can, because it's got that short fuse. It will arm on the second layer. I think Elbing can sit it quite comfortably. Soviet guns? Probably. 200mm pen at 10 km. Elbing going to overpen. Penetration has nothing to do with the fuse arming time. No, please, no. No. Penetration has nothing to do with shell arming. Nothing. You can have... If you could have 1,000,000 pen in World of Warships, you would want to have 1,000,000 pen in World of Warships. Too much pen doesn't exist. Good lord. Chet loves that shit because I've explained that so many times, but every time you always get some guy going, too much penetration. It's fine, Chaos Hero. But there's no such thing as too much penetration. You can't have too much. You can have a fuse arming time that is too long. You can have a fuse arming threshold that is too high, but you cannot have too much penetration. Alternatively, you can have a shell velocity that is so high, but mostly that depends on the fuse arming time and the arming threshold to actually make it over pen. So you can have super fast shells and incredible pen, but provided the fuse arming time and the threshold is low enough, you'll still not overpen. The two most important values when it comes to actually will your shell arm is how much armor do you need to punch through, aka the fuse arming threshold. How much armor do you need to punch through to make your AP shell arm? And the second thing is how long after you punched through the armor does it take for your shell to arm? That's called the fuse arming time. So hitting the armor is the fuse arming threshold, and then once you go through it, there's the fuse arming time. How many milliseconds after punching through it does your shell arm? And generally, short fuses tend to be superior, but not always. It's situation. Daisen. Battleship. A vast battleship with powerful artillery and torpedo armament. The ship inherited a number of archaic features, including secondary battery guns mounted in casemates from projects of the 1910s. Oh god. What equipment does this thing have? Sound shit. Okay. 5 km/h. Yikes. 27-second reload, 410s. 410-50. Is that Izumo guns? 69.3k health, okay. 10 km torps that do 21k a pop at 67, okay. Type 93 mod 3 torps. Interesting. 20.6 and 35 knots. Well, I didn't remember Daisen was this fast. What? 35? Hello? And then we're gonna build brisk on it, because obviously. Yo! 40 fucking knots. Wonder what kind of conceal it had. I'd need to go and check. 40 fucking knots with brisk on this thing. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Armor layout. 32, 32, 32, 32. This is brutal though. You see this layer, these angles, these are the casemates, the secondaries. And this kind of shit sucks. Why does it suck? Because if you got a smooth plate like this and a shell hits you, you got a nice good chance of it just bouncing off. But when it looks like this, it's gonna catch it. This is why we often call casemate secondaries, we call them shell catchers. Because that instead of bouncing off, it's just gonna peg. It's gonna catch everything. So this is this looks brutal. You don't want your armor looking like this. You want sleek, flat, streamlined. That's the way to go. And it's got it on both sides. Overmatchable center with a lot of exposed. This kind of stepped shit is also awful. You want a flat deck if possible for the same reason. If a shell comes in, it might bounce off the deck armor, or it might go through the bounce and go through superstructure's overpen. But when you got this kind of shit, it's gonna catch the shell and it's gonna arm it. So this thing is gonna probably eat a fair bit of damage just from random shit. Okay, let's see. Superstructure gone. Oh god. Okay, this is also not good. Yeah, a lot of things that's gonna make this thing more vulnerable here. What kind of... Ooh. Okay, where's the citadel, though? Where is the citadel? This is the torpedo belt. How strong was it? It's actually below... Interesting, it's below the waterline. The torpedo belt is below the waterline. That kind of sucks, actually, because that means it's not going to help protect your citadel. Oftentimes, you'll hit the torpedo belt and then shatter on the citadel, but it's not going to help with that. Locknuts, thank you for the 22 months. You too, my dude. So what do we have here? We got 127 under the water. That's pretty squish. And 35. The citadel, it looks like a turtleback. It looks like a turtleback. What's the protection? 76, but it's so steep. That's not going to be an effective turtleback. That's not going to be an effective turtleback. It's too steep. The angle is too steep. I think at very close ranges it might be effective, but at long range it's basically perfectly for the shell to go through it. Oh, what the fuck is this? What the fuck kind of citadel is this? What the fuck is that? Okay, I've never seen that before. Interesting. 76, 38. Citadel is big. Yeah, but the slope is too wide here. Slope is too wide. I think this looks very Amagi-esque almost. That's the angle of the slope. Torp BB. Where are the torpedoes actually? Oh, here they are. Oh shit, they are protected though. They're protected torps. That's pretty good. It's not exposed torps. Those break fucking easily. How many do you have here? How many do you have? You have 2 sets per side. That's quite impressive. 2 sets per side. This one turns and fires backwards. This one turns and fires forwards. 4x4. Interesting. Interesting. It's going to depend a lot on the torp angles, but with that speed, and the armor isn't the end of the world. It's going to eat a fair bit of pen, but it's not the end of the world. I think this looks very much like Amagi armor. Though. I'm going to go look at the Amagi action. Targo style? Yeah. If the angles are spicy on it. You want? Please load. Thank you. Oh no. This one is... Oh, it's this... this one is much steeper. This one is much steeper. To be fair, Amagus is much lower. Holy shit, that thing is high, by the way. Damn, it looks like... It actually looks more... at the back. Huh. I wonder if the angle is going to be enough. I wonder if that angle is going to be enough that you can't sit it. More like Nagata. Yeah, maybe more like Nagata? Let me look at that again. It might be enough. Why did the turtleback look so different, though? Was it because of the bank? I don't know, maybe it's enough. Might be enough angle, actually. Can the back of the slope... I'm a bit worried about that, but this might be enough to be an effective turtleback. Izumo? I don't think it's really like Izumo. Reminds me more of Nagata. I think Izumo had... Izumo's is very much not effective. Yeah, look, Izumo's is too steep. Izumo's is too steep. I think it might be sloped enough. Like, it starts with the same slope, but it doesn't go steeper like the Izumo does. I think it might be an effective turtleback. I take back my earlier. It might be an effective turtleback. Let me look at the Germans. Let's look at the GK. GK is one of the best turtlebacks in the game, actually. Okay, well, Preußen, same armor. Whatever. Okay, let's show the angle. Yeah, look, it looks like the same angle. It's the same slope. It looks like the same slope. It looks like the same sloping. That might be a very effective turtleback. Almost just as effective as Siggy and Eger. Really? But then it's not effective. I thought it looked more generous. It's very important. Like there's gonna be a few angles that's gonna decide if it's a god tier turtleback or if it's a Siegfried Eger turtleback. Check it once more. I mean, it's pretty generous, man. Especially here. It slopes out. It slopes out. Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen how effective it is. Remains to be seen. I don't know. I can't call it from here. I can't call it because it's like it's the few degrees has a huge impact on World of Warships. Like the difference is if the angle is sloped enough, then the shell will bounce off. The shell will bounce off and it will just be a pen. It won't get into the citadel. But if it's steep enough and the shell punches through, then it's a citadel. And that's the difference between if you gamer turn in front of someone and you get 20k, or you gamer turn in someone and you get dev struck. And especially if you got these hard-hitting IGN torps, you want to be able to do that gamer turn and get those torps off and dev strike him. If you trade 20k of your health for a dev strike, that's who gives a shit. But if you get dev struck before you can launch them, obviously that's a big weakness. So this is good. I don't know. I can't call it. It's too hard to call from this. I don't know. Someone will have to test it once the game gets released, once the ship gets released, because I can't call it from that. I can't call it. If it has Izuma guns with a 27-second reload, it's also going to pump out quite a bit of damage, and I really like Izuma guns because their penetration is so goddamn good. If it's the nerfed one that Hiza and Ivami gets, then it's obviously going to be quite a bit weaker. There's a lot of IGN Tier 9s. IGN Tier 9 BBs are kind of like American Tier 8 BBs. It's a thing for wargaming. Since it doesn't cover the whole citadel, no, but the turtleback actually extended all the way back. It just wasn't part of the citadel anymore. Don't be confused by that. The back of it, despite it not being part of the citadel anymore, like just because this is no longer part of the citadel, if we show this, you'll see that this protection, but this is clearly steeper. This is clearly steeper. I think you can sit it past this point because this thing is steep. It gets steeper as it goes. And you can tell this angle is way too steep to actually protect you, whereas this thing angle might be wide enough. Gee, this is going to be too difficult. This is going to be difficult to call. Yeah, I have to test this thing. But I think it might get punched through Citadel here, but maybe more difficult here. Which is probably pretty okay, because when you're turning into Torpedo, this is where people will shoot. Generally, you don't shoot back here. We'll see. We'll see. Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. It's pretty funny in World of Warships. Turtlebacks are really, really powerful, but in actuality, the American armor was considered superior. They're all or nothing system. But World of Warships is World of Warships. It is what it is. Is that green section in Sit Armor going to be a shell catcher? I don't know. It looks like there was a lot of shell catchers. We'll see. We shall see. Still, that was, I think, all the new ships. That was all the new ships. They were all stacked here. We'll see, we'll see. A lot of wonky looking things, but what do I know?